I was invited to go and teach block printing in India, but I'd never really done it before, so I had to learn how to do it. So it was a really great learning opportunity for me, as well as my opportunity to go to India. And I found it a very exciting means of developing pattern. With lino block printing, you generally print, you cut something out of lino, and then you put ink on it, and you print it. I can show you more or less how it works. You have a piece of linoleum like this, and you put your pattern on, or design on backwards. And then using a tool, a lino cutting tool like this, you kind of carve out all of the bits that you don't want any ink on. Carve, carve, carve. Gosh. Carve, 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 until you end up with your final item. I made these all for an animation, that's why I have them all ready to show you. And then, what you do is, this is just fabric paint bought from a fabric store. I mean a craft store. It's pretty simple stuff. You can mix your own as well using screen printing paints. So on the palette, just this is a hardware store type paint roller, and then you lightly brush it on. The ink is just held by the bits that are still sticking out that you haven't carved away. And then on your piece of fabric, place it down, and then with this roly thing, do a bit of a north, south, east, west, so you cover all the bases, and voila. And actually, let's finish it up. Do they diggy dot. So this was a very interesting thing when I was printing in India, was to see how people were able to line up things like this. So you've got, a block this big, and I'm not very good at it yet, but just placing with the eye, and I'm shaking it. Let's see how well we do it.
Perfect.
It'll do. So there's my stripe. And then I'm going to do the striped circle on top of that. And of course, if I do it this way around, first thing I do is set up a nice grid pattern. As you actually do the work, the designs develop and the ideas come up, but you actually have to do it in order to see. It's so different from computer work. Yeah, so once this is dried, you need to iron the fabric. You kind of hold the iron down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, depending on how paranoid you are.
Do you need special PFP fabric, or can you use?
Your fabric should be prepared for print. If this is a hobby kind of thing, you're probably fine. That's when people sell fabrics. The ones that are prepared for print or dye, they've taken a lot of the starches and all of the other fillers that they put in the fabric out, so that the yarns are more receptive to the dyes and that kind of thing, because the heat bonds it. But if there's a starch or something, you want to burn the starch and bond and all that stuff. So that is how I developed this print.